FYE.
Let's see, FYE! For my entertainment. Well done. Hello, Kamui. You've changed since last I saw you. Same question to you, my dear. Can you name me a store that sells anime on DVD?
Newbury Comics.
Ooh. Show me Newbury Comics. Oh, balls!
It's a great drink.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Cheka. Can you name me a store that sells anime on DVD?
Does Amazon count?
Show me Amazon. Woo! It does. For the record, if you're in Westbrook, Maine, Weekend Anime sells anime.
Woo!
Back to you, Sketch. You've got one strike, you've got 3 answers, 3 still on the board. If you can name to me a store that sells anime on DVD, you're still alive.
Suncoast Video.
Show me Suncoast. Woo! Still alive.
How did that get
This
up
would be
there?
a sweet
I know.
Shit's on. Shit, okay, pressure's on.
store. Show me
Good old eBay.
eBay. Not even a customer. It's up to you. 2 strikes. If you get this one wrong, it goes over to Dharma. He's going to try and steal it and also clone this.
Fine, Borders.
Show me Borders. I blame you. Damn it.
But yeah, some crazy stuff has happened out there, like recently, Comic-Con this year. We had a big 30 by 30 booth in what we call Hollywoodland, which is kind of like where Warner Brothers and Fox Media and everyone else has giant ass booths. So because such a big event, we have Navarre, the public company owns Funimation, has 2 sister companies, BCI and Encore, and they told us you're going to have your sister companies on the booth. And I'm kind of like, I like these guys, but I've only got so much space to work with, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, you have to be stuck with it. So I have 2 10 by 10 spaces for both of them. But I've never worked with Encore before. It's the first year that I'm on there. And you can tell a person working there is the first year doing anything. And they're promoting a game, a Dracula game. I'm like, yes, nothing screams anime than Dracula. The fuck? Really, it didn't make any sense at all, but their sister company got to do what I got to do, and they're like, oh, we want to hire a guy in a Dracula suit. I'm like Eddie Munster kind of Dracula suit? You know, what are you talking about here? And they're like, yeah, sign autographs. I'm like, no, that's a terrible idea. I finally talked about it, signing autographs thing, because, I mean, they don't want someone to walk up and like sign autographs of a guy dressed as Dracula. That's like going on to Halloween and signing autographs. It doesn't work. So they hired this guy who was like an out-of-work actor to dress up like that and promote the show. And you knew it was going south by the second he got there, and the first thing you heard was the pity story that, oh, I'm out of work, and how his cat is getting more work than he is. Cat's doing commercials, he's not. I'm like, you're getting residuals from the cat, right? I mean, I didn't want to get into it at this point, we were too busy. And the guy was overzealous. I mean, to the point of cheesy. We basically were like, hey, just stand there, hold the sign, game's coming out, come try the demo on the other side. But no, he is like walking around, you know, just thinking about the walls, like, blah! You know, scaring kids, you know, and parents are complaining, so I go over and I'm like, look, dude, calm down, really, we'll be cool. He's, oh, yeah. And then he, you know, back again, blah! I'm like, no, really? Okay. We had like a wall set, like a half wall, like about this height, a little longer, like a little, like almost like a little playpen for Dracula. I'm like, stay in here, wave the sign. He does that for like an hour or 2, and then he puts the sign up and he starts making like almost like he's like a Barker. He starts making raps. He's like, I got no garlic up in here, shake it off. I'm like, what the fuck? This isn't bring it on. Hold the goddamn sign, bring them over to the demos. This is not hard work. Figure it out. So again, he goes, so Count Douchebagula, that we've named him at this point now, goes back to do it again. And I basically go, I told him, look, dude, you want to get paid, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I can call your boss right now, and you won't get paid for the next 2 days. I can cut you off right now. I have to pay you for this day, even though I don't want to. Hold the sign, point to the demo, that's it. I see anything like that, you're off the floor. And I've never seen a man's soul break before. Until that moment. And this guy was like, demo, Dracula, teeth, Oh yeah, and actually, he was rapping with fake Dracula teeth, so it's more like, no, 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 no. So it was just like Corky the Vampire. It just didn't work. Didn't work at all, so it was quite special. Quite scary sometimes at the old Lone Star Comics. Like was it the time with the Vampire Prince came in. There's this guy who was really big into D&D and LARP and all that kind of stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I play D&D, I've seen a lot of LARPers, a lot of girls are friends. There's nothing wrong with that until you take it too far. Like everything in moderation, awesome. Everything you do, you don't cross that line. For some reason, he was in an argument with another friend, did not hear the conversation. I think he had something about White Wolf games, and pretty much goes off. And he starts, we just hear a yell from the minis collection, I'm a vampire prince of a very big town! And I'm like, what the fuck is going on over there? And then he runs off to the bathroom. This is like my second day on the job. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, oh, he's just let him go. Like the other guy still seems like that. So I'm trying to get a feel of what it's to work like in the comic industry at this point. And the manager at the time was like, he basically the guy was in the back. And then he storms out of the store. No clue what really happened there. I'm like, he's so pissy, but whatever. He's a freaky guy. And the manager time goes like, oh, God, I'm using the bathroom. Go bathroom's the back. About a couple minutes later, he comes out white as a ghost. I'm like, Kevin, dude, you okay? He's like, oh, vampire prince, bathroom, threw up. I'm like, wait, what? What? Let's slow down. Take a seat. He wants some water. I feel like putting a blanket over him. Like he just got, like his house just burned down. It's gonna be okay. Tell me what happened. Point the dog where the bad man touched you. Something along the lines. Finally, Kevin basically gets his breath back. He's like, dude, I just used the bathroom. Fucking vampire prince used it before me, and the homeboy didn't flush. I'm like, how bad is like didn't fit in the toilet? I'm like, oh my God, it had a stink so bad. I just puked right on site. I'm like, so it's still back there. He's like, yes. I'm like, what do we do? He's like, give me a second, I'm about to throw up again if I don't. So let me think about this for too much. Finally, we're like, we have to have some Lysol, anything like that. First thing is, the store is it's a long store actually. It came from probably this wall to twice that door length. I mean, a big long store, and we're starting to smell it from this far out. I'm like, dude, we gotta do something now, like now. So of course, I'm the new guy. And I'm like, they're like, go close the door. I'm like, fuck you. He's like, noob, go close the door. I'm like, fine. Because it's very much like, grab like some random thing, like a comic book was going to sell. Just kind of ran over there, closed the door, and we thought, yeah, it's problem solved. We'll just, we'll figure it out later, like that thing. No, it's creeping under the door for much. So we're like, we're for some reason we got on the topic of not Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and we saw Lysol cans. We're like, let's go in and fuck that thing up. So we actually walk over to the door, like, all styling, so no one can talk and stuff, like, let's pump it up, then we're in the movement. Kick the door down, like, double Lysol wiring. Slam the door. So the rest of the day smelled like ass and Lysol.